You ever hit send on a support ticket and just wonder what happens next? In that little sliver of time, there's this invisible force, a kind of digital operator making snap decisions. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that very technology, AI routing. So, to really get a handle on this, we don't need to get lost in a bunch of complicated code. Nope. Instead, let's just start with a super simple idea, a role that, we all get immediately. At its core, AI routing is basically a smart receptionist for the internet. It's that first point of contact. It looks at your request, doesn't matter if it's an email, a chat, whatever, and just like a really good human operator, it figures out exactly who you need to talk to. It's the digital version of hearing, "Oh, billing question, let me get you right over to that department." Simple, right? But this is where it gets really, really clever. See, its real power isn't just in sorting the easy stuff. It's in knowing when it doesn't know. That's the secret sauce of the whole system, and it all boils down to how it deals with uncertainty. This is where the smart part really kicks in. I mean, what if your request is kind of vague or you use some weird phrasing? A basic system might just take a wild guess and send you down a totally wrong path. And we've all been there, right? It's incredibly frustrating. But a truly intelligent system, well, it does something totally different. So here's how it works. First, the AI analyzes your request. Then, and this is the magic part, it actually scores its own confidence in understanding what you want. If the confidence level is high, fantastic, off you go to a specialist. But, and this is absolutely crucial, if that confidence is low, it doesn't just guess, it stops, and it asks clarifying questions. It'll say something like, "Hey, are you asking about a product refund or is this about your subscription?" That simple ability to ask for help is what separates a dumb sorting tool from a genuinely useful digital operator. It's a game changer. Okay, so this all sounds pretty good in theory, but where are you actually bumping into this technology out in the wild? Well, the answer is probably a lot more often than you even realize. The big one, of course, is customer service. It's what's sorting thousands of support tickets in the blink of an eye to get them to the right people. But it's also happening inside big companies. Think about enterprise automation, making sure your IT request for a busted laptop goes to the hardware team, not the folks who handle software. And then, really critically, you see it in healthcare triage, directing a patient's call to the right place, whether that's scheduling, a nurse, or even emergency services. But like any really powerful piece of automation, this technology is definitely a double-edged sword. It has some incredible upsides for sure, but it also comes with some very real risks. The promise is huge. I mean, on the one hand, you get specialization. You're connected to an expert faster. You get massive scalability, a system that can handle 1 million requests just as easily as it can handle 100. And you get efficiency, which saves everybody time. But on the flip side, there's the peril. We all know that feeling, right? Being stuck in that customer service loop, explaining your problem for the 5th time to a different person. These systems can be a little brittle. They can get confused by an edge case or a complex problem they just weren't trained for. So that's really the trade-off, isn't it? We're getting this incredible speed and scale by automating all these pathways. The efficiency is just undeniable. But the cost, the potential cost, is a system that can sometimes lack that human nuance. A system that might just freeze up when it sees something it doesn't expect. And that brings us to one final, and I think a very important question. This really gets to the heart of it all. When we start handing over these critical decisions, like, say, triaging someone's health concern to an algorithm, where does the buck stop? Who's to blame? Is it the programmer? The company who used the software? It's something to think about the next time you find yourself on hold, just waiting for that digital operator to make its move.